All right, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. It's your good friend Pozzible here, and we're back in action with another look at an instant movie review, guaranteed to be 3 minutes or less, or we go longer than that. Today's movie is Mad Max Fury Road, one that I saw almost immediately and was pretty much disappointed with. That's just me, though, and that's one thing I gotta stress. A lot of people love this movie. If you look on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a 98%. Well, I'm part of the 2% that didn't really care for this movie. And it really makes sense. Ultimately, if it's just not your cup of tea, you got to expect that, you know? There's nothing wrong with Mad Max. There just was nothing great about Mad Max. For the most part, Mad Max starts off where the movie's left off, with Max on the road trying just to get away from his demons more than anything else. Here, Mad Max is more haunted by the mistakes of the past and the failures of the past than he was in the first three movies. That said, this movie itself, Mad Max Fury Road, is a very simple concept. It's an escort mission. He's got to escort some very precious cargo from point A to point B. That's pretty much it. And they're being chased by these marauders, gang members, whatever you want to call them. And what I find interesting about Mad Max Fury Road was that it was just maybe too simple, but I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't connect with Max. I couldn't connect with his grunting, you know? Max has a real problem talking to people. I didn't get that until the end. So a lot that was cool and amazing for most people was just annoying for me. They were impressed by the guy with the guitar. Everyone was impressed by the guy with the guitar. I'm not saying anything against him, but he was woefully underused. But then again, you put him in too much, and he becomes overused. A lot of people were impressed by the bad guy. I really didn't care for the bad guy. Though, fun film fact, the main bad guy in Mad Max Fury Road was the main bad guy in Mad Max, the original show. Now, it's not the same character. It's just the same actor. But I always thought that was really impressive. Nicholas Hoult was trying to get it was hard to get a hold of. He was just this wild man going crazy all the time. A lot of people talk up Charlize Theron, and that makes sense because if you were to really put them at neck and neck, you know, Charlize Theron's character Furiosa is definitely ahead. This is nothing new. Okay, if you ever watch Harry Potter and other movies, you get that sense of woman best man storyline. So we're used to that. The one thing I do want to mention, though, is that near the end of this movie, there is an older lady who completely steals the movie from everyone. She is just so awesome and exciting. She has this life about her and this excitement about her that really was wonderful. If anything, they should have made the movie about her because she was actually cool to watch. I mean, the thing about Mad Max Fury Road is that these are badasses. And how do we treat our badasses nowadays? They're supposed to be soft-spoken. Barely say a few words, you know? He's the reluctant hero. If there's anything I did appreciate about this movie was that Max didn't have a past. Like, everything wasn't connected. Furiosa wasn't his sister. This wasn't their father. You know, I'm talking like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Remember how they had to connect everything all of a sudden? I see that in movies and it makes me mad. Here, once again, he's on the road, he gets kidnapped, and for the first 20 to 30 minutes, Mad Max is literally tied up, not doing anything. And it really frustrated me because I'm like, guys, I came here to see Mad Max, you know? And I get that we're doing the chasing and everything, but having the hero all tied up, it takes away from me. But that said, I really cannot give this movie a pass because too many other people have liked it. And, you know, I'm not saying it was horrible. Ultimately, what I'm saying is it did not connect with me, you know. People saw the sandstorm coming in. They were amazed. I saw it. That was one of the few times they used CGI. I saw it and I was like, really? Okay. And then there's this one moment near the beginning where there's this horrible accident. Everyone should have died, but literally nobody not only died, but they literally walked away from it. And it was like, okay, nothing bad's going to happen to these people, you know? So, Mad Max had its ups and downs, and for me, it was more downs than up. And too cliche-ish for this kind of movie, okay? Everything for me was just typical. And it's what I would expect from this movie. I was hoping for more. I was hoping for better. This one, I guess, if anything happened with Mad Max, it was overhyped for me. One guy, I couldn't wait to see it after one guy called Mad Max a masterpiece, an action masterpiece. So I was all excited, and maybe the overhype got to me, because I was expecting to see a great, great movie, and it didn't live up to its name, in my opinion. However, that was me. So I give Mad Max Fury Road a decide, because I think you should dig a little bit deeper, find other people's opinions, and see what they thought of this movie. Also, I give it a niche, because this has to be your cup of tea. Raw action, stunts upon stunts upon stunts. Storyline, very linear, very basic. Acting, sullen, though powerful. I don't want to take anything away from the actors. When it comes to Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron, that one lady who I can't remember her name, but she was just awesome, and of course the others in this movie. Very simple movie. They did a good job, but I couldn't connect with all the action just because there was so much of it, and they weren't really defining enough to make me happy or to make me feel vested. I just couldn't get interested in Mad Max, and believe me, I wanted to. I feel like in some ways that I got cheated, but that was me, and there were very few people like me who saw this as just a boring mess of clashing and clanging. The story was there, the acting was there, the special effects were there. They were practical special effects for the most part, very little CGI, which a lot of people seemed overly impressed with. I guess, and that's the deal. I was underwhelmed. A lot of people were overwhelmed, and you'll have to decide for yourself where you fit into that. Alright guys, that's it for me for today. We'll see you at the theaters.